Hello there once again. I'm bringing you basically my new comic book day haul. There's other stuff that isn't new books, but my local LCS Rolling Tales, their storefront is closing. They're moving to a more subscription pickup drop-off sort of option. Unfortunately, they're moving to a location in the city that's going to be hard for me to get to. But I'm going to try to stick with them. We'll see how it goes. But so they have their $2 bins, and I've looked through a bunch of stuff. I picked up a few things, but I put off buying some things simply because I wasn't sure. But I figured now's the time. Take the books and the series that I definitely want that were marked for $2, and yeah. So I wanted to. I picked up a lot of books this week. But let's start off with newish books. First up, we got Absolute Martian Manhunter, issue number 5. I just finally got around to reading issue number 4 yesterday. I had fallen way behind on reading stuff, but I'm still loving this series. I know some people are like, okay, they've completely lost me. I don't understand what's going on, and I don't necessarily understand everything either. But it's definitely one person described it as it's a really would be a really cool indie book, but it's not an indie book because it's Absolute Martian Manhunter. Now everybody loves this series. I have to admit, after reading the first 2 issues, I'm not in love with it. The first issue was really good. The second issue wasn't as good, in my opinion. But I decided to give Exquisite Corpses, this is issue number 3. I'll give it another read. But if it doesn't grab me, then I'm done. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not. I don't think it's for me. So now this book is not a brand new book. This is one of the things they've had that I had considered about getting, but it wasn't a dollar bin book. At least I don't think it was. Was this a dollar bin book? I don't think so. But this is Dungeons and Dragons Ravenloft Caravan of Curses. And I'm all in about Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And this is a one shot, and it is a thickum. It's a major story all onto its own. And supposedly there's another Ravenloft book that IDW did that was an actual 5-part series. I'll probably just try to find the trade of that. All right, now this book was from last week. So this is Star Trek Red Shirts, issue number 1. When it first came out last week, I wasn't sure, but I listened to the Bumble Squad talk, like say how great it was. So I will at least read that one and see whether I agree with them. I don't agree with you guys about everything. And this was another book that I think came out last week. It's another one-shot. Red Sonja Noir. Yeah, there's the cover. I love Red Sonja, and I actually have watched the new Red Sonja trailer. It didn't look that good. I mean, the fight sequences were okay, but it looked a little suspect in my opinion. Well, I mean, we'll see how it is, but I was not impressed with that trailer. All right, now this is something I haven't read any of the rest of this in this series, but I bought it. And this, I think it came out this week. It was supposed to come out, I think, a couple weeks ago, but it's Dynamite, so they're having issues. We got Space Ghost Annual number 1, and supposedly this ends the current arc and sort of highlights what's going to happen next. But I mainly bought it because I wanted that. That was a very cool cover. And I've looked at the Space Ghost series, and there are a lot of excuse me, a lot of cool stuff. Cool covers, but we'll see. I might, if I like it, I might just get trades. If that'll be if we can even get trades from Dynamite at some point, but we'll see. All right, now we're getting into the $2 books. So I think I have these in the order I want them in, but regardless, we got Wonder Woman number 5 from the current one, and I bought that one mainly for that cover. I have issues 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna put together the first 6 issues of that series and keep it. I've read some issues from later on. I found a whole bunch in the dollar bin. It's a really good series, but I don't have room for everything. So if I find more of the run Dollar Bin book as Dollar Bin books, I'll pick them up, read them again, probably trade them away because I read those Wonder Womans already and I already have traded them. So next up, we got Star Wars Visions, the Ronin and the Droid from Takashi Takashi Okazaka, I believe is how you say it. And this one was cool to get because it's issue number 1 and it's a Stan Sakai cover. So, yes, if you're a fan of Stan Sakai's work, try to find this cover. So, all right, moving right along. I had bought the issue number 1 of this series. I still haven't read it, but he had the entire run in his $2 bin, and I didn't want to risk not being able to get them. So this is from Mateo and DeLongis, and this is known as the Prism, Purifying Recording Interplanetary Space Mission is what it stands for. So this is from Ablaze. So we got issue number 2. Like I said, these were all $2. I'll put you over here. Issue number 3, and a lot of these, this series, it has a lot of homage covers to classic album covers and stuff, and I have to admit my knowledge of that sort of thing is not, I can't tell just by looking at it unless it's a major thing. So we got, that was issue 3, we got issue 4, all for $2, and they're still in pretty good condition. We got issue number 5, issue number 6, and issue number 7. So there you go. That's the entire run of that series, minus issue 1, which I already have, which I bought also at Rolling Tales. So just a little bit of my OCD's coming in. I got to put them back in order. Anyway, next up we have from Valiant. We have Valiant, the Valiants issue number 1. So from Valiant, the Valiants issue number 1, and that's one of the variant covers for that series. And they also had issue number 2. This is like from 2024. So I'm interested in finding more of this, the Resurgence stuff. But this was like prelude to Resurgence of the Valiant universe. So issue number 3. Issue number 4. So there you go. And I don't think the Valiant universe gets enough credit. I know some people are like, really? But I personally think it doesn't get enough credit. It's got great books and great stories. All right. Put you there. Stay. All right. Now the rest of these are books that I don't believe it. No, I don't. None of these were $2. I haven't become completely obsessed with it yet, but I've become very interested in this series from watching Chris the Comic Vet's Show Us What You Got, and him talking about this and how it's one of his favorite things in the comic. Well, basically, I think basically he said it's his favorite comic series right now. That's an indie book, but anyways. We have, and these are all sort of the gatefold special covers. They had these, and supposedly Rolling Tales has a bunch of others from issue 20 to about issue 30. But Jay, who runs, he and his staff tried looking for them in their stock and couldn't find them. Hopefully he finds them, because if we do, I will buy them. But this is Something is Killing the Children. And this is, first up, issue number 21. And this is the one that it's not in perfect shape, but still pretty good shape. This one actually might have been $2 because it's not in perfect shape. There might be a bit of discoloration on it, but it was still pretty good. And they also had issue number 22 they were able to find. And I believe this is issue number 24. Yes, issue number 24. So, and all the other ones that I was looking for that they might have, those were all regular covers, and they could not find them. So, but well, a couple of them weren't regular covers, but if they don't have them, they don't have them. And if it turns out they do have them, and I can get them again, or get them at some point, then I will. If it turns out I have to hunt through dollar bins for other issues of this, then so be it. And some would say, well, you're not going to find that in the dollar bins. Before I became interested in it, I did see them in West Ham and Coin and Stamps dollar bins once in a while. I don't really see that they're too much anymore, at least not the older books. I think they had actually had issue 20s and maybe 18s and stuff like that at some point. But I wasn't really into it then, and so, or I wasn't interested in finding out about it. So I'll probably have to collect it in trades at some point to get the full story. I had the issue 1 of House of Slaughter. I didn't love it. It was good. It was interesting, but it was like I can't keep everything, and the main story, the main something is killing the children story is the one I'm going to be hunting for. So yeah, I'll probably just collect it in trades. We'll see. Anyways, that's new comic book day pickups. There might be another video, sort of a part 2, because Rolling Tales is closing their storefront. Didn't order in as much stuff, and so there were certain covers that he didn't order. So I'm gonna try to go and find some of those covers. Specifically, there's one of the Jeff the Land Shark alternate covers, and I know that's not going to make Chris happy from me saying saying Jeff the Land Shark, but we'll see. I bought issue 1 of that new series. It was funny, but I bought it mainly for the cover, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm not totally in love with the cover, or in love with the characters, or the character. But it's interesting, and I definitely want to try to find the first appearance. But I know from Hagan's hunt for it at a decent price, and shout out to Hagan at Lettuce Comics, that finding it at a good price is going to be difficult, because there's no way I'm paying $150 for it. There's just no way. All right, that is my new comic book day pickups. But this week, I hope you're having a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the things you want to do if you feel like. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.